All right, let's jump right in. We're taking a look at the AI tools stack, but not for today. We're looking ahead to 2026. And believe me, the game is changing so fast, and the tools we're all going to be using are going to look completely different from what we're used to. I mean, think about how you use AI right now. For most of us, it's basically a chat, right? You type a prompt into a box and you get some text back. It's super useful, don't get me wrong. But by 2026, that whole model is going to feel, well, a little old school. Because in 2026, the entire relationship we have with AI will have shifted. We're moving way beyond just prompting an AI to get an answer. Instead, we're orchestrating a whole team of AIs to get a task done. It's a fundamental shift from conversation to delegation. And this brings us to the most important concept we're going to talk about, the Agentic workflow. This is the point where AI stops being a passive encyclopedia and becomes an active partner. We're talking about specialized autonomous agents that you can give a high-level goal to, and they will figure out and execute a multi-step plan to get it done. So what does that actually look like? Let's break it down. First up, let's look at an area that has been completely transformed, content creation. The amount of manual work that's being automated here is, well, it's just staggering. So in the world of AI video, there are really two dominant lanes right now. On one side, you have pure raw speed. Tools like Opus Clip are built for one thing, virality. You can feed it a super long podcast or a Zoom call, and its AI instantly finds the best parts, chops them into shorts, adds captions, and even gives each clip a viral score to predict how it'll perform. It's all about maximum output, minimum effort. But then on the other side of the coin, you have cinematic quality. This is where tools like Google's VO3 come into play. They aren't just cutting up clips, they're basically a virtual film director, generating 1080p video where you control everything, the lighting, the camera moves, even the soundtrack. Okay, so that's video, but what about still images? Well, this whole agentic approach has finally solved one of the biggest, most annoying problems that's plagued AI image generators forever, getting them to put readable words into a picture. Yeah, that's over. And this quote just says it all. Google's incredibly powerful new model, which has the awesome internal name Nano Banana Pro, but you might know it as Gemini 2.5 Flash, has basically solved this. You know, all that garbled, nonsensical text we've all seen? It's a thing of the past. You ask for text now, you get perfect text. And this is where you can see the huge real-world impact. We're not just talking about making better memes here, we're talking about generating entire presentation slides in an instant. Or creating marketing assets, like a custom infographic designed for just one sales lead, or even designing a completely realistic street sign. And the secret sauce is that it's connected to Google Search, so it has real-world context, which makes the results so much more relevant and accurate. Okay, let's shift gears. We've talked about the creative side, now let's dive into the deeply technical stuff. Because you guessed it, coding and data analysis are having their own massive agentic revolution. It's led to this whole new style of working that some people are calling vibe coding. I love that term. The idea is simple. The human developer sets the overall direction, the vibe, and focuses on the big picture architecture. And the AI agent, it handles all the grunt work, the boilerplate code, and all the little implementation details. It basically sweats the small stuff for you. And this approach is really opening up two completely different ways to build things. For non-coders, you have tools like Lovable, which are just blowing the doors wide open. You can literally just describe an app in plain English, and it builds it for you, up to 20 times faster than doing it manually. And then for the professional developers, you've got tools like Cursor. It's an AI-native code editor that acts like the ultimate pair programmer. It understands your entire project, can predict what you're going to type next, and can refactor code across dozens of files instantly. And even in the dev world, you see these different styles of interacting with AI. Using a tool like Cursor, that's more like flow state coding. The AI is right there in the editor with you, suggesting edits as you work. On the other hand, something like Claude Code is all about delegation. You give it a really big task, like refactor our entire authentication system, and you just step back and watch it execute the whole plan right there in the terminal. Honestly, a lot of developers are using both now. So we have agents building our content and agents building our software. But what about one of the biggest bottlenecks in literally any business? Making sense of all the data that all this stuff produces. This is where the sleeper hit of the 2026 stack comes in, a tool called Power Drill Bloom. Just think of it as a super analyst in a box. It's an agent that's designed specifically to take your messiest data, spreadsheets, CSVs, even unstructured PDFs, and not just analyze it, but actually turn it into a story. And get this, it uses that same powerful Google image engine we just talked about to create all of its visuals. The workflow here is what makes it so mind-blowingly powerful. You just drop in your raw, messy files. That's step one. Then the agent automatically cleans the data, merges everything, and runs an analysis to find the key insights. Finally, with a single click, it spits out a polished presentation-ready slide with charts and a summary. Just think about that for a second. A task that used to take a data analyst hours, sometimes days, is now done in minutes. So, when you put all of this together, a very clear picture of the future of work starts to emerge. These aren't just tools anymore. They're truly becoming our cognitive teammates. So the key takeaway is this. By 2026, AI is a doer, an executor. We're seeing time and again that specialized agents, the ones designed for one specific job like coding or clipping videos, are consistently outperforming the big general-purpose models. So, what does this mean for us? It means the most critical human skill is shifting to orchestration. It's no longer just about writing a good prompt. It's about strategy, knowing which agent to assign to which task, how to string their outputs together, and even how to manage a budget for their compute time. The absolute best tools are the ones that just do the work for you. Which, of course, leaves us with one final and really important question to think about. When our new AI teammates are handling the content, the code, and the analysis, what's the high-value work that's left for us to do? Something to consider.